this quiet worry, this internal pressure about not being able to think fast enough when it counts. You're in a meeting, someone puts you on the spot, or you're in a conversation that takes a sharp turn, and you feel like your thoughts are moving through molasses while everyone else is speeding past. And let me tell you something right now. That doesn't say anything about your intelligence. Thinking fast and thinking well aren't always the same thing. But when you can do both, that is a powerful thing. And you can get there no matter where you're starting from. The ability to think faster isn't some mysterious gift handed down by the gods of intellect. It's a skill, like playing an instrument, like lifting weights, like hitting a note. It's trainable. The brain, for all its mystery, is also a machine of habits. The more you challenge it, the more it adapts. If you're someone who feels like your brain stutters when it should be sprinting, that just means you're in the perfect place to start strengthening those mental muscles. So let's talk about how you actually do that. First, you need to start by getting comfortable with discomfort. Thinking on your feet is, by nature, uncomfortable. It's spontaneous. You don't have time to plan, and the mind hates that. Most people aren't slow thinkers. They're cautious ones. They pause, not because they don't have thoughts, but because they're evaluating, measuring, and making sure that what they say or do is the right thing. That's not a flaw, that's just self-awareness. But fast thinking doesn't wait for certainty. It's a practice in agility, and agility only comes when you stop racing for perfection. One of the best exercises you can do for this is improvisation. Improv games, improv dialogue, even solo practice where you narrate your thoughts out loud in real time can help. Grab a random object on your desk. Try to describe it for a minute straight without using generic words like cool or thing or nice. Try selling it to an imaginary audience. Try to explain it like it's an alien artifact or like it's the most important thing in the universe. That sounds ridiculous, and it is, but it teaches your brain to respond without overthinking, to find patterns and to make connections in the moment. That's where speed lives, and that practice spontaneity. Now, another critical habit: reading and listening actively. I'm not talking about skimming headlines or scrolling through social media. I mean real engagement. Read a paragraph of something dense or abstract, then close the book and explain it to yourself out loud. If you find that you can't do it, just go back and try again. Do this often enough and your brain will start processing more efficiently because it knows it's going to need to summarize. It's like a sprint drill for comprehension and recall. And don't forget conversations. When you're with people, practice not preparing your next line while they're speaking. That's what most people do. They start building their reply instead of listening. Instead, try something else. Actively listen, and when they finish, force yourself to wait a beat before replying. Even a half-second pause. It's uncomfortable at first, but Memory work also sharpens the edges. Think of it like sharpening a knife. If your memory's dull, your ability to retrieve relevant information is going to be slow. But if it's sharp, you're not just faster, you're more precise. So try memorizing things like poems, speeches, trivia, stats, even strings of random words. Then test yourself. Recite them backward. Play with associations. Force your mind to leap, and it'll start leaping sooner. Not because you're just building a large warehouse of facts, but because you're improving the access to what you already know. Mental speed is also directly affected by physical health. It might not be glamorous to talk about, but your body's condition plays a massive role in how fast your brain fires. Sleep, hydration, exercise, all of it. When you're sleep deprived, your brain is like a cluttered desk. You can still work at it, sure, but it takes more time to find what you need. You want fast thinking. You need to be fueling and resting that engine. You don't expect your car to race when you haven't changed the oil. Then there's the practice of pressure, controlled pressure more specifically. If you want to think quickly under stress, you need to recreate small doses of that pressure in your training. Use timers. Give yourself 30 seconds to come up with 5 ideas for a random problem. Or challenge yourself to explain a complex topic in a single breath. Record yourself. Listen back. This kind of time-boxed creativity forces your mind to adapt. It teaches you how to stay clear and sharp when the clock is ticking. Because when the stakes are real, when it's not a game, you'll already be conditioned for that adrenaline surge. And here's something subtle, but still powerful. Reframe your self-talk. If your internal narrative is, I'm not good at thinking fast, that belief becomes a filter. Your brain starts hesitating even more just to protect you from proving yourself right. Instead, start using language like, I'm practicing agility, or I'm learning to respond more naturally. That small change in mindset opens up space for growth. It turns fast thinking from a test into a skill you're developing. And that's the truth of it. You are developing it. Another fun drill is to debate yourself. Pick a topic you care about and argue both sides. Start with the side you agree with and then switch. Try to do it without notes. This is mental sparring. You're forcing your brain to flex in multiple directions, which not only speeds up your thinking, but broadens it. You're not just quicker, but you're more versatile as well. And don't underestimate the role of curiosity. Curious people are faster thinkers because their minds are constantly in motion, poking, testing, absorbing. Curiosity keeps the mental pathways well trodden. Make it a habit to ask why, what if, and how come at every turn. Curiosity is the mental warm-up. If you stay curious, your mind stays in shape. All of this takes time, like learning a new instrument or building your muscle. You don't see it immediately, but slowly, steadily, you notice something changing. Someone throws you a question in a meeting and you have something to say. Someone challenges your point instead of freezing, you're able to pivot. Conversations feel less like battles and more like dances. You stop fearing that moment when all eyes turn to you. And the last piece of advice is this. Forgive yourself for the moments when your mind still stalls. It's going to happen. Unfortunately, no amount of training is going to make you flawless. But the goal was never perfection. The goal is readiness. It's showing up to those moments with more tools in your mental toolkit than you had last year. It's responding not with panic, but with poise, even if your response is simply, let me think about that. Thinking fast isn't about being the loudest or the quickest to speak. It's about building a mind that's flexible, practiced, and ready. It's about training not just speed, but clarity. And if you're willing to do that work, willing to be uncomfortable, if you're willing to play, if you're willing to stumble, if you're willing to stretch, then fast thinking won't feel like a gift that you lack. It's going to feel like a skill that you've earned. And you will earn it, one thought at a time. If you enjoyed this video,